Hey guys, welcome to another quick guide. Today we're going to talk about the Gunsmoke boss, Berserker, the new one that's out today. We're just going to go over a quick way to kind of get a decent score, around 5,000-ish points, depending on who you use. There's lots of different team comps you can use for this boss. He's not very particular. So we're just going to use like good old fire team here. You can experiment with a ton of different ones. There's lots of combos, but all you need is someone who can remove buffs from the enemy. So for us, that's going to be Chongju with her fixed key, Vector with her fixed key, or Sentry C with her skill 2. You're going to need someone who can remove debuffs from yourself. For us, that's going to be Sentry C with her healing key. And other than that, just a really strong borrowed unit. So let's go ahead, let's slot in our 4 fire damage dealers here, and we're just going to grab somebody's segment 6 Klukai here. I'm going to grab this one. Actually, this is the one I like to borrow. Little nicer. The boss himself is kind of a combination of the previous boss and 1 or 2 new mechanics, but for the most part, he's pretty similar to the last guy. You're going to want to juggle removing debuffs to keep your crit stacks up. So let's just go ahead and shift these over a little bit. This looks good, and let's start. I'll try and narrate this as I do it. You can skip ahead or follow along in the video. Up to you. But I'll do this whole playthrough just like normal. So, alright, so we're just going to kind of start. The first turn, nothing really happens. All you want to do is have all your units end up on one side of the battlefield, because he's going to do this Shockwave Crush, which is going to hit everybody in, where is it? There it is. This pattern. So 4 tiles out in this direction. So we're just going to want to end everybody here. So, other than that, there's nothing special to do on this turn. This is, like I said, this is not going to be a min-max video. There's lots of different like minor optimizations you can make. I'm just going to kind of show you just the general flow of how this boss works, and everything will be chill after that. Actually, could have reversed these 2 units' turns. You could have Sharkery go first and then Chongju ult. So she has support stacks going into the next turn, but once again, not that serious. And all we're going to want to do is make sure all the units are kind of on this side of the boss, because he's going to pick one direction and cleave it. The boss does not do very much damage, so don't worry too much about like how well geared your healers are or anything like that. Like, he's kind of tickling the units. Okay, for this turn, we're just gonna make sure that he's stability broken if he's not already, and just kind of pour damage into him. The thing you need to keep in mind is for next turn, there will be 3 ammo boxes that spawn in these corners, and when you pick them up, you get a nice buff for your own unit. So we're gonna like kind of want to pre-position for there so that we can grab them right away and then move back into this formation. This turn, all he's gonna do is a big ground pound that hits this formation around him. So as long as everybody ends in one of these tiles, which is 5 away, I believe, you're good. So we'll just go ahead and start doing it. The other thing we want to do at the beginning of this turn is cleanse all the debuffs off your team. So everyone's got 2 stacks now. We're going to get a whole ton of crit stacks when these gets cleansed. So as you see from that, we got a whole bunch of stacks of critical cascade. And for the rest of the fight, we're going to be just like in the previous boss, you're going to cleanse a couple at a time and keep this buff rolling. So we can have Sentry stand there. Vector. Let's have Chongju. Actually, Chongju's going to grab this box over here, so we're going to have her pre-position. So this should be right there. So we can go to the corner and then 1 in either direction. So this is the boss's hitbox. You can either stand in the corner or in 1 tile away from the corner. And then the turn continues as normal. We're gonna have Klukai get the box over here because she has so much like mobility with her ult. Otherwise, it's not the end of the world if one unit has to go off kind of and be separated from the team. That's just one less stack you're gonna get over the course of the fight, which won't matter because this critical cascade buff does max out at 10 stacks. So same thing, we're gonna have her be corner, +1 away. And then Sharkery, same thing, corner, +1 away. So we're gonna go to this spot. You can, so this AoE that's being dropped on Centurisi, this doesn't really matter. You can kind of ignore it. It's kind of mostly for Springfield. When you're in this and you get hit by it, you're gonna get marked and he's gonna do counterattacks and stuff like that, but we don't care about it for this team. And like I said, in most teams you can kind of ignore this mechanic completely. Everybody got hit, so everyone got a stack. So for this turn, a couple things happened here. He got this shield, so he's also got a buff here, this little icon. I can click it. Rock Solid, you need to remove this. This is absolutely critical that you remove this buff. But we have 3 different people who can do it. Like I said, Centurisi, Chongju, and Vector can all do it. You really only need one, as long as it gets removed by the end of the turn. But we're going to have it get removed by Centurisi here, because she also needs to... I'm sorry, she's going to remove the debuff on our units to keep our buff rolling, and then that's going to trigger Chongju's follow-up, which will remove it. So we're good. Boss lost his buff. We got our stacks refreshed. See, we're back to 2 turns, and once again, we're just going to continue the turn on as normal. We're going to have Chongju grab this, and at the end of this turn, we're just going to want to kind of group up again. If possible, you want to break this shield on this turn because it gives him a debuff, but it's not super critical if you don't. As long as you remove that debuff, it'll prevent your units from getting stunned. If you don't remove that buff that he had, he will stun your units and it will be a very bad day. If you can kill the shield and crack it, he'll take a debuff. I think we're going to get pretty close. He might actually lose it at the end of the turn here. Just barely missed it, but that's okay. So yeah, now we're back to kind of rinse and repeat. So this turn, same thing. We're just going to wail on the boss and kind of pre-position for the crates that will spawn next turn and continue on as normal. But first we want to remove these debuffs and max out our stacks. Yeah, we really will run 1 attack away. This it's on cooldown. Once again, corner +1 tile. Like I said, you guys can fast forward through the rest of this video if you kind of understand what we're doing here. It's not super important. This is going to be pretty much... It's going to vary depending on your team's composition. Okay, so here we are again. Want to make sure, same thing as turn 3. Remove this buff from him, crack his shield if possible, and pick up these ammo crates. So we're going to actually do this. This will accomplish a bunch of different things at once. It's going to remove the debuff from the follow-up. Or remove the boss's buff, I should say. It's also going to remove our debuffs and refresh our stacks, and do a whole bunch of stability damage. Sorry, we have to do one more attack to break his stability before Kukai goes. So we're just going to continue on again. Once again, Sentry's going to cleanse the buffs to refresh our timer. Have everyone pre-position for the boxes next turn. Okay, so we're at the last turn now, and it doesn't matter for position or anything. You're just gonna do as much damage as you can. But same thing, we want to cleanse his buffs. We'll do it with Centurici. That'll refresh our stacks as well, and from here on out, it's the same as it was for turns 5 and 3. We're just going to want to go first with Vector so that the boss's stability broken when Kukai goes. And there we go. So this will net you about 5,000-ish points depending on your team build and like who you're borrowing. I'm assuming you have a segment Klukai in your segment 6 Klukai in your FC platoon. That might not always be the case, but this general strategy will get you about 5,000 points depending on your team comp. You can sub units in and out. So, but that should be everything you need to know for this boss. All the important stuff. Like I said, if you want a min-max guide, there's a couple more optimizations you can make, but that's kind of outside the scope for this video. If you want to see more team comps and stuff, I'll probably be going over them and posting another video later or during my stream that I'm going to do. So if you want to, just check back with the channel, and I'll probably have it posted. So, okay, guys, until next time, you have a good one, and let me know in the comments if you got any questions. I'll do my best to answer them.